Hey everyone, how's it going? This is a different type of video today. I'm gonna go over my personal experience with American Home Shield home warranty. Now I got this home warranty when I purchased my home and the seller paid for it. So the warranty cost about $550. Now as some of you have gone and paid that, through your own funds, I feel sorry for you and you should try to get a refund as soon as possible. And this is why. As you can see here, this is my restroom. And you notice it's missing something. It's missing the toilet. And the reason is, and I'll get into it in a while, but I had a clog in my toilet. And with a home warranty, you have that peace of mind that if, after you bought your house, if something breaks or something doesn't work right, you can call your home warranty and they would come and fix it. And it's all covered. The way it's supposed to work is that, you pay a $75 fee and they'll send out, let's say, a plumber if you need them, and then whatever needs fixing will get fixed. Well, the lesson I learned doesn't work like that. This is my second restroom and I've been having some plumbing issues. It gets clogged, and so it got clogged really bad and I was unable to fix a clog. So before I called American Home Shield, I went ahead and I removed the toilet just to see if there's any standing water in the pipe and whether it's able to drain. When I removed the toilet, I did notice that there was some water in there and it would drain very, very slowly. So it did tell me that there's a clog. Now I figured that I'd be doing the plumber that was coming here a service that, they just, the toilet would be out and they can get to where the clog was. Maybe run a snake down there or something. So I called American Home Shield. They went ahead and set up a plumber to come out. It turns out that, they send your info. This is the way it works, by the way. They will send your info to a plumber, and it's not necessarily a local plumber. It was actually the plumbing service I was assigned was maybe 40 minutes away, 45 minutes away from where I live. And so they say, okay, someone from this plumbing company is going to be contacting you, and then you can arrange the time with them at that point. So I waited a whole day, nobody called. And so what I ended up doing is they do give you the name and the phone number of the plumbing company. So I went ahead and, again, a day passed by. Okay, so this is like Monday, Tuesday when I initially called. So, a day passed by, I went, okay, let me call the plumbing company and, make the appointment by then. So I called the plumbing company, arranged for them to come out. I would have to take some time off of work to come meet the plumber at home. And so, sure enough, the plumber came. As soon as he came in, I kind of told him kind of the story of what's been happening and, that I took out the toilet and to see all that. And I think he was a bit thrown off that the toilet was out. I think he was thinking it was an easy fix, so just, stick something in a big plunger or, if you know what a closet auger is in the toilet, and unclog it that way. But you could tell he was a little thrown off that the toilet wasn't there. And I kind of told him, how, the line tends to get clogged. And so we went outside, and then he's like, oh, well, I noticed you don't have a clean out for your main line. And so he's like, oh, well, we could put that, try to upsell me and say, oh, well, we can put one in for $1,200, so for $1,200. And after talking with him, I heard him out, and I said, oh, well, I'm not interested in that right now. As soon as I said that, you could tell that, just like a switch was flipped, and he was not interested at all in helping me with my clogged plumbing drain. So, I said, oh, well, can't you, maybe it's not venting properly, on the top of your roof. This is connected up through a vent to make sure that, the water has, air to be able to go down that way. The main line goes that way. I said, oh, maybe you could go up there and check it out. I said, no, well, we're not authorized to go on the roof because of liability issues. And again, this has something to do with American Home Shield, And so, yeah. And so I said, okay, well, since the toilet's out, can't you just run a snake through there? And he said, nope, we're not allowed to run a snake anywhere where there's a 90-degree angle. I'm like, are you serious? And I asked him straight out, so there's nothing you can do for me? And he looked me straight in the eye and said, no, there's nothing I can do for you. So he said, I'm going to call American Home Shield and I'm going to have them send out another plumber. So I wasn't too happy. I ended up looking up this plumber's information on Yelp, and I found a lot of bad reviews, and a lot of it had to do with people who had American Home Shield. So it seems like if you get these plumbers and they're working with American Home Shield, I mean, they must hire like the worst plumbing places. They have a contract just with them. They must pay them a really low fee, and all they're gonna do is just, they're gonna use one of these guys to try to unclog your toilet, which is something that you can do yourself. Just do. So, the plumbing place had bad reviews. And then I'm like, okay, well, maybe it's just the plumbing place. We gave American Home Shield another shot. So so that guy did not do a single thing. He pretty much told me that there's nothing he can do to unclog my toilet line, which is ridiculous, because if they're a licensed plumber, I mean, come on. Okay, so I get the other plumbing company to come out another day, so I have to take another day off of work, not the whole day, but half a day. So I meet him here. This guy was a little nicer, and here's the catch. So when American Home Shield called me back after this first plumber came in and said, oh, okay, well, before we send the second plumber, you have to put the toilet put the toilet back. So make sure that the toilet is back and all hooked up before the second plumber arrives. And I already knew that it wasn't a problem with the toilet, okay, but I'm like, fine, I'll make sure that happens. So when the second plumber came, the toilet was there. First thing that came in, I didn't explain anything. I just said, here's a toilet, here's a clog. Okay, I said, I'll let you do your job. So, okay, he took a look at it, and he went to his van and pulled out a closet auger, and that's a tool you can use to unclog the toilet. So he did spend maybe 10 minutes, and then he came out and told me, oh, you know what? I tried as much as I could to unclog your line, but I used the closet auger, and it's not a problem with your toilet. It's a problem with the plumbing pipe below your toilet, the drain pipe. I said, okay, well, can you run a snake through this opening? It's basically, imagine the toilet was here, but he said, oh, well, we would have to take out the toilet and run a snake down this line. But he said, oh, my company does not run a snake down this main line here, this toilet line. So his plumbing company would not do it because, again, liability issues. So I said, okay, I'm gonna contact American Home Shield again and see if they can get another plumbing company that does run snakes down a main line to clear the clog for you. So I said, okay. And so again, I didn't wait. I called American Home Shield and I said, okay, well, this is what the plumber told me. He told me it's not a problem with the toilet, but problem with this main line down here. So somewhere between here and my kitchen. Again, this is just my toilet that's clogged. The tub and the sink and everything else in my house is not clogged. So something between here and I'll say around my kitchen is clogged. Or it's slow to drain. Okay, so there's some kind of a clog. So they said, oh, well, the request was denied by the plumber due to liability issues. So you're gonna have to call this other number, which is authorization department, and you're gonna have to ask them to get you authorized another plumber to come out that will clean out your line. I said, okay, fine. So the very next day I called, and again, this is getting towards the end of the week already, and lucky for me, I have 2 restrooms in my house. If this was the only one, I'd be so upset. And I am still upset. So I went ahead and called the authorization department, and I explained to them that what the plumber had said, that it's not a problem with the toilet, it's a problem with the line below, and that a plumber needs to come and run a snake through there. I said, okay, well, removing the toilet is not covered by your home warranty. I said, okay, well, how much would it cost to remove the toilet? He said, I don't know. He said, you would have to work that out with the plumber, okay? So I said, okay, well, what if I remove the toilet? Will you send a plumber to clear the line? He said, yes. So he said, call us back when the toilet has been removed. So I went home that same day during my lunch break, and I removed the toilet, okay? I called him back and I said, okay, you told me to call you back when the toilet has been removed, and I'm calling so you could send a plumber. Now I got a girl this time, and she seemed a little thrown off. Like, she didn't know how to answer me. And so she's like, oh, well, this is my first time dealing with this. Let me put you on hold. And I could kind of hear her talking to someone else, and they were kind of spoon feeding her pretty much how to deny my claim, okay? What to tell me so that they didn't have to cover this issue, so they didn't have to pay for it. And they pretty much told me that, oh, well, their home warranty only covers clearing a clog in a P-trap, and it doesn't cover, such as under your sink, which anybody can do. You unscrew a few things, and then, it's just ridiculous. American Home Shield will do the minimum they can. They're not gonna pay for anything extra. Okay, they're gonna send a plumber to use either one of these to unclog your toilet or a closet auger, and that's all they're gonna do. They're not gonna run anything under your main line or anything like that. And again, this is my experience, okay, so, but here's the thing, okay, so, they pretty much said, no, it's not covered. Then why the hell did they tell me to remove the toilet in the first place? They could have told me that the first time. I wasted so much time, I wasted a whole week of my life, leaving work 3 times to deal with this. If I would have called my own independent plumber right away, it would have gotten fixed in about 2 hours, okay? So I told this lady, I want to cancel my warranty, and I want to get at least a partial refund. So I got transferred to a cancellation department, or they call it retention department. And she was like, oh, well, you're not going to get much of a refund. I said, I don't care, I just want out. So she put me on hold and said, okay, well, you're going to get back $100 and something. I said, okay, fine, just get me out. And so, yeah, I got rid of my home warranty, which is useless. And again, if you're considering buying if you're considering buying a warranty with American Home Shield, avoid them at all costs. It's just going to be a lot of wasted time, and they're not going to pay for anything extra. Okay, there's no peace of mind. The best thing you could do is have a rainy day fund, maybe save up $1,000 a year or so. So if something like this happens, you can call a plumber. I already got a quote over the phone from a plumber. This says he's gonna charge me $100 to get this fixed, and you know what? I'm totally cool with that, because that's only $25 more than what American Home Shield is going to charge you for their flat fee of having someone send out $75. But I know this person's going to take care of it in 2 hours, and I'm not going to have to deal with all this bullshit. So there you go. I hope this video helps someone. If you don't believe me, go on Yelp and go on YouTube and look up American Home Shield scams or American Home Shield. Just look up the name. You'll see some people that complain. Some people have been without their AC in 100-degree weather for like a month or two. So yeah, I hope this helps someone. That's all I have to say about that.